3. The Nostromo has deviated from the route and an unknown signal. After the crew eats breakfast and Dallas goes to Mother Computer, there is an opening scene where the crew gathers on the bridge, which is filmed longer. Kane, Lambert, and Ash arrive inside bridge and they go to their seats. Dallas's bench remains empty. Before sitting down, Ripley drops the cat from her lap. The scene contains a few additional lines that are not in the film. This scene is the first shot of the film on July 3, 1978, and it was shot several times in its entirety. During the filming, John Finch, who first plays Kane, had an attack of pneumonia. John Hurt was quickly hired to play Kane, and the whole scene was reshot. Shot of engine room, where the reactor is working fine. Parker and Brett are in the engine cubicle room, drinking beer. They observe the operation of the machine. The men have a conversation until Ripley on the intercom tells them to go up to the mess hall. The mess hall scene has a few more lines in the script. Correspondingly, in the film we hear dialogues that are not in the script. Also, in listening to an unknown signal, there are lines in the script that are not in the movie, and correspondingly there are lines in the movie that are not in the script. Estimated extra time for a longer scenes is 1 minute. 4. Landing on a planetoid. As a whole, the events of the bridge are presented in the film as in the script. There are some more dialogues and a film scene where the cat watches the approaching clouds during the descent. The biggest lack of film scenes is in the engine cubicle room, where Parker and Brett tell the status of the engine and system during the landing. This was separately added to the script. Brett pushes button and checks the gauges. Brett says the ship has lost intake 3. Parker orders to shut down the engine. Brett wonders at Parker's speech. Parker is worried that the engine is full of dust. Brett passes the engine and steers dust out. Parker is nervous about what has happened and predicts that they will get electronic fire. On the bridge, the crew had several script lines that were filmed but not published. In addition, dialogue has been added to the script for the bridge scene, but it has not been published. The Nostromo lands, and in the engine room a pressure valve blows and an electronic fire breaks out in 3 panels. In the engine cubicle room, Parker and Brett see the situation. Brett tries to control the situation by adjusting the equipment. The lights go out. Men take flashlights from the wall. In the script supervisor entries, these scenes are marked as deleted, but in the production documentation, the scenes are marked as filmed on September 8th and 11 to 27, 1978. In the bridge scene, several lines are filmed that are missing from the film. In the script, the screens blink and the lights turn off. Based on the markings, the scene has been filmed several times at different times. From this, it can be concluded that originally, according to the script, the fire was meant to take place in the engine room, but when the fire in the engine room was left out, the fire was reshot to take place on the bridge. There is no description of the fire on the bridge in the script. The exterior shots of the landing of the Nostromo ship are not marked shots, but there are several shootings of this in the film. In total, filmed but unpublished material is estimated to be 2 minutes. 5. Start of repairs and exploration. The crew is in the dark on the bridge, wondering what has happened. Ripley asks through the intercom from the engine room what happened. Parker replies that dust is in the engine and an electrical fire started. Brett states, "It's big." Parker fights the fire. According to the script markings, this scene is marked deleted, but in the production documentation, the scenes are marked as filmed between September 11th to 27, 1978. The dialogue between Bridge and Parker is slightly changed in the film compared to the script. The crew decides to go investigate the signal. In these scenes, several shots are longer that are shown in the movie. There are also a few scenes that are not shown in the movie. Dallas, Kane and Lambert go to the airlock, all equipped, laser pistols included. Kane closes the inner door of the airlock. The trio put on their helmets. Dallas tries the intercom. Kane and Lambert answer. Dallas says, "Keep away from the weapons unless I say otherwise." In the movie, Ash dresses in his own blister, runs in place, and goes to his chair. This is not described in the script. Dallas orders to open the doors. The airlock opens. After landing on the surface, Dallas asks in which direction. Lambert directs. Ash says, turning on the finder. Ash in his blister looks at the screens. Ash asks if there are any problems. Dallas and Lambert say that the climate weakens travel on the planetoid. On the planetoid, the trio advances. Lambert leads the group. The trio approaches a rock formation near which the signal disappears. The trio goes to a rock formation to shelter from the storm. Kane notes from the storm around them that they are completely blind. Meanwhile, in the engine cubicle room, Parker and Brett are laser welding. Ripley rewiring the panels. Parker and Brett ask if they can join the expedition and if they will get the shares if something is found in the expedition. Ripley reminds them that the law guarantees their shares. Ripley goes to the bridge. The scene was originally supposed to be shown before the trio set off on a planetoid expedition. With this, Parker inquires if he can join the trip. When the scene has been moved to a later time, the lines have changed. In addition, the scene is presented shorter in the film. The trio is sheltered from the storm in a rock formation. Dallas asks Ash, "When does the sun rise?" Ash answers. Kane concludes that with the rising of the sun they will see something again. Lambert says, "Or the other way around." Ash examines his equipment in the blister. The trio leave the shelter of the rock formation. The weather has changed so that the trio can see forward. The signal starts peaking again. 3 small figures advance in the landscape. There is approximately 4 minutes of filmed but unpublished material in total. 6. Derelict ship. The trio sees an unknown ship. The scene has a few lines more than what is seen in the movie. Dallas asks Ash if there are lights or movement on the derelict ship. Ash says that according to the system, there are no motion or lights detected on the ship. Dallas closes his receiver. Silence. Finally, Dallas says the ship seems quiet and they decide to approach the ship. Dallas adjusts the sound and picture. Ash no longer sees or hears Dallas. He inquires if Dallas can hear. There is a scene in the script where Ash edits a picture of a rock formation and notices a skeleton in it, 15 feet long. Ash zooms in on the picture. The scene is crossed out in the script and there is no indication of its description in the production material. This is probably because at the beginning the film's budget was not enough to film Space Jockey Chamber. That's why Space Jockey can be found in rock formation in script. With the additional budget, the realization of the Space Jockey Chamber became possible, and the finding of the Space Jockey in the rock formation was omitted from the film. The movement of the trio on the planetoid has been cut somewhat. Especially all the scenes related to the enhancement of the weak signal has been cut out. This is important to the plot as it contributes to the explanation of why the Nostromo cannot hear the trio. Earlier, Ripley had started investigating the signal. The scene which was filmed but not released is where Ripley is still investigating the signal through the ECIU. In the background, she hears Dallas's voice over the speakers as Dallas describes what he sees around him. Several deleted scenes have been leaked to the public where the crew approaches the derelict ship and they climb up to the ship's entrance. There is no description of going inside the derelict ship and the dialogues, nor is there a description mark in the script. However, the video material proves their existence.
Lamb roast left over. All right. All right, we have reached the entrance of the left part of the two entrances. Dallas. I can't see the end of what looks like a long...
Well, I think we should try. If we've got this far, we must go on. I think we must go on.
All right, we're now proceeding.
In addition, the bone corridor scenes seen in the film have not been described in the script at all. Only their filming have been added separately. Based on the production notes, H.R. Geiger's hieroglyph scene was test shot August 14 to 17, 1978, and Ridley Scott was satisfied with the shots. The hieroglyph was supposed to be connected to the bone corridor scene, but in the end, Ridley Scott left out the whole hieroglyph scene, as it would have spoiled the future events in the film. With the additional budget, the entire space jockey chamber scene has been added to the film. Only the filming numbering is marked in the script notes. The space jockey is a really long sequence, lots of shots and scenes. In the film, the crew goes up to the platform where the space jockey is sitting. They explore the environment, notice a hole in the space jockey's chest. Scene also includes several dialogues. All this is not described in the script. Dallas shines a light on the space jockey chamber and sees an empty urn. Dallas also sees a device on the wall of the room where the needle moves in a groove. The trio concludes that it is an automatic recording that plays the signal. Dallas shuts down the device. When the trio find a hole in the floor, Dallas looks down the hole and provokes Kane to go down the hole. Kane agrees. Dallas places the tripod over the hole. Kane is tied to the wire on the tripod. Kane is ready to go down. Kane starts the winch and he begins to descend. The setting up of the tripod and the start of Kane's descent can be found in partially deleted scenes that have been leaked to the public.
I think we should go down it, yes?
Well, this is your big chance.
Huh? Well, I'm willing.
Be my guest.
Hey.
All right, be careful now. Kane, listen. Don't unhook yourself under any circumstances and be out of there in 10 minutes. You got that?
Yes, brother.
All right, come on.
Aye,
Be careful.
Okay.
Here we go.
Scenes filmed but not published in the film are approximately 7 minutes long, including the scenes that have been leaked.
You okay down there? You okay down there? Can you see anything?
I don't know, a cave.